DC back with another video. So we've just gone through to the final. The game is literally just finished not too long ago. So just before we kick off, if you're watching this video and you're not subscribed to the channel, please do make sure that you do hit that subscribe button. So let's go through the game really. So Arsenal ended up being 2-1 winners. It was a great result, to be honest. I wasn't really expecting that. I was expecting a tougher game than actually Chelsea gave us. But obviously the game ended up being easy enough for us to progress through to the final. Just a quick stat just before we do carry on at the actual review itself. Two couple of stats I want to give you guys. So Wenger hasn't won this cup before, which is absolutely puzzling to me, as well as the fact that Antonio Conte has never won a cup competition in his whole managerial career. So that's quite interesting to me. That's something that I took away from the game. But the last final we did appear in was back in 2011, if you do guys remember. And that was against Birmingham City. We obviously ended up losing that final. It was a horrendous loss in my opinion. But we march on, we are through to the final. We face Man City, by the way. And if you do remember the last result, or the last time we faced Man City at Wembley, that was an FA Cup semi-final, and that was a good result for us. We ended up going through to the final of the FA Cup. So fingers crossed this will certainly go well for us. The omens are obviously on our side at the moment, but fingers crossed we'll see how it pans out with Man City when we do meet them at the end of February. It is a game I'm obviously looking forward to. But again, yeah, fantastic result tonight. So let's talk about the team selection, basically. The team selection, it was basically pretty much quite similar from the previous game, last couple of games. So we'll talk about the goalkeeper. That was David Ospina. He wasn't that busy, really, throughout the whole game. He certainly wasn't kept busy by Chelsea. Wenger obviously kept with the back four. So the back four were made up of Hector Bellerin. In the middle is Koscielny and Mustafi, as well as at the left back was Nacho Monreal, which is his natural habitat. And if you see how he's been playing in the last couple of games, he's been playing as a left back. Obviously in the last game he was taken off due to a precaution, we should say. But if he's playing as a left back, he definitely performs to the best of his abilities. Moving up to the midfield was certainly made up of a trio. So that was Jack Wilshere, Xhaka and Elneny. Elneny was usually the usual, running around, trying to break play up and stuff. I was noticing Elneny in the box quite a lot during the game. But again, yeah, he did put in a decent shift himself. Up top we had Iwobi, and then we had Lacazette and Ozil. So let's talk about the goals. So the goals that were scored within the game itself. So Chelsea obviously took the lead within the first half, and it was roughly about 10-11 minutes into the game, and it wasn't a goal certainly expecting. The defenders were cut open by one single ball, and the ball just went straight past everyone, and before you knew it, Hazard was on goal, and he certainly tapped the goal in. So it was a very poor performance in terms of the defence, in terms of dealing with that particular attack. But things certainly changed with our goal. Obviously this was the equaliser, so I'm not too sure if we should give this to Nacho Monreal. Just to mention as well, Rudiger made two good touches for us. Both goals were certainly deflections off him, and they ended up in the back of the net, so that was a good result for us. Rudiger obviously assisted us with 2 assists today, so that was really good. So in terms of the second goal, as I said, that was a really good goal in my opinion from Xhaka. Lacazette held up play really well, strong in the box, very aware of his surroundings, and he managed just to cross the ball across. As I said, it came off Rudiger, and Xhaka was certainly in place to nod the ball in, well, tap it in really, and we found ourselves 2-1 up. So again, as I said, Lacazette was the one of my talking points for this particular video as well. Lacazette basically put in a very good performance. Obviously we ended up seeing him getting substituted, which is very normal. I'm certainly used to it, but it's fairly later on into the game, but you could see he wasn't happy. But the assist, that was one thing he certainly impressed me with. Secondly, his defensive work. Every time he lost the ball, he was certainly tracking back. He was trying to retrieve the ball, and at one point he actually recovered the ball for us deep in Chelsea's half, and it led to an attack which was absolutely amazing. So overall, him and Ozil in particular, Ozil was magnificent as usual. The passing was magnificent. He was playing quite deep as well today. I was finding him that he was coming further back to grab the ball and obviously push on. Another player I would like to obviously mention was Nacho Monreal. He obviously got the goal, so it's a bit iffy with that one. We will certainly give it to him, but we will. He definitely got the equalising goal as mentioned, and he did certainly put in a very, very, very good performance in my opinion. He was strong, he stood firm, he was reading play really, really well, and pretty much that left-hand side was pretty much covered in my opinion between our left-hand side, I should say. They weren't getting enough breathing room, and during the game I did actually tweet out and said basically we're not allowing them to play, and by that I basically meant every time Chelsea got the ball we were just doing enough, basically just committing tiny little fouls, not gaining any yellow cards, or not picking up any yellow cards I should say, and it was just enough to break play. So again, fantastic result. First final in 7 years, so it was definitely deserved. We needed to get to some sort of final this year. There's a lot of debate amongst fans in regards to the stature of this particular cup. And to me, this cup is, it's still a cup. If we can go for it, why not? But again, fantastic result. We will be at Wembley yet again this season. So fingers crossed we will come away as winners against Man City. It's going to be a very difficult game in my opinion. But we'll wait and see how this one pans out. So as usual, guys, please do let me know what you think in the comments below. If you are watching this video and you're not subscribed to the channel, please do make sure that you do hit that subscribe button. So once again, guys, it's your boy TC from I'm Gonna Talk TV, and I'm out.